Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. In this video, we'll be talking about different formulas to find the area of triangle. So we'll be discussing about 6 formulas to find the area of triangle, and then we will do an example question for each of those formulas. So we'll start with one of the most common formulas to find the area of triangle. So first, let's say we have a triangle like this. Then the most common formula, to find the area of a triangle is 1 by 2 times base into height. Now the question is, which one is the base and which one is the height, So we can consider any of these 3 sides of the triangle as our base. So for instance, let's say this side of our triangle is our base. So if this side is our base, then our height needs to be from the top of this triangle, It cannot be from here or here, It cannot be from there, It's like measuring your height from your neck or your waist, You need to measure your height from the top of the triangle, From the head. So our height is going to be from this top of our triangle, and it's going to be perpendicular to the base, It should be 90 degrees. It cannot be like this, You cannot measure your height like that, at some other angle. It should always be 90 degrees. So our height is going to be from the top of the triangle to the base, and it should be 90 degrees, and then this is our height, So in this way, if the base and height of the triangle are given in a question, then we can find the area of that triangle by using our formula 1 by 2 base into height. Now there is a little misunderstanding regarding this formula, So the students always think that this side, this bottom side, should always be the base, but that's not the case. So let's say we have a triangle which looks something like this. Then this side could also be the base of our triangle, So this could be our base. And in that case, our height is going to start from this side of our triangle, This is going to be our head because this is our base, right? And from this head, if we make a 90 degrees to the base, right, then this is going to be our height. And in this case as well, our formula is 1 by 2 base into height. It's not necessary that this side should be the base, It could be this side, or it could also be that side as well, So if it's this side, then the height should start from here. If it's that side, then the height should start from here, and it should be 90 degrees, And in this way, we can find the area of triangle by using the formula 1 by 2 base into height. Now let's look at an example. So let's say again we have our triangle, and let's say in the question the base is 6 centimeter, It's given in our question, let's say. And let's say the height of this triangle is 4 centimeter. Then we can find the area of this triangle by using our formula 1 by 2 base into height. So we have our 1 by 2, right, times our base is a 6 centimeter, it's given in the question, times our height is 4 centimeter, so it's going to be 4, and we can cut this 2 and 6, right? 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 4 is 12 centimeter square, and that's our area of the triangle. So in this way, we can use this formula 1 by 2 base into height whenever the base and height are given in the question. Now, for our second formula, let's say this part of this triangle is not there, Let's say we only have this triangle. Then we would have a right angle triangle, right? So let's make a right angle triangle. So here we have our right angle triangle. So we have our right angle triangle. In this case, our base is this side, right? Then our height is going to be this side right here, So from the top of the triangle, 90 degrees to the base, so it's going to be this side, right? Now the problem here is in a right angle triangle, this side, the side opposite to this 90 degrees, is also called hypotenuse. And we usually represent this hypotenuse by h. So if we write the area of triangle as 1 by 2 base into height, there could be some misunderstanding, right? People might regard this hypotenuse as this h, which is not true, right? This h is this height. So to remove that confusion, what people did was, so this side of the triangle is usually called perpendicular, right? In case of right angle triangle. And this perpendicular is actually our height. So instead of writing our area of triangle as 1 by 2 base into height, in case of right angle triangle, it's written as 1 by 2 times base into perpendicular, okay? So this perpendicular is actually the height. So it's the same formula, 1 by 2 base into height. But to remove the confusion with our hypotenuse, usually this height is referred as perpendicular, and people write the formula for the area of triangle in case of right angle triangle as 1 by 2 times base times perpendicular. So this is our second formula, okay? So our example question could be, let's say we have a right angle triangle, and let's say our base and perpendicular are given in the question, okay? So let's say this base is 8 centimeter, and this perpendicular or this height is, let's say, 6 centimeter. Then to find the area of the triangle, instead of writing 1 by 2 base into height, we will write base into perpendicular, okay? And again, we have our 1 by 2 times our base is this side 8, right? So 8 times our perpendicular is actually our height, which is our 6. So again, we can cut this 2 and 6, right? 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6, and 8 times 3 is 24 centimeter square. So in this way, we can find the area of a right angle triangle as well. Now, what if the height of the triangle is not given in the question, okay? So let's say we have a triangle, right? And the 3 sides of the triangle are given in the question, okay? So let's call them A, B, and C, and we don't know the height of the triangle. In that case, how do we find the area of the triangle? For these type of triangles, we have a separate formula to find the area. So the formula is square root S bracket S minus A bracket close, S minus B bracket close, and S minus C. So in case of a triangle where the height is not given and only 3 sides are given in the question, then we use this formula. And this formula is also known as Heron's formula, okay? Now we know that this A, B, and C are the 3 sides of the triangle, but what about this S, right? What is this S? So this S is actually semi-perimeter, okay? Which means that the semi-perimeter S is actually half of the perimeter, so P divided by 2, which is equal to, we know that the perimeter of a triangle is sum of all sides, so it's going to be A plus B plus C divided by 2. And since A, B, and C are given in the question, then we can easily find the semi-perimeter, and then we can put that value of S in this formula, and we already know the A, B, and C's, so we can find the area of a triangle. So again, let's look at an example. Let's say we have a triangle like this, and let's say this side of the triangle is 3 centimeter, this side is 4 centimeter, and this side is 5 centimeter. Now we could assume this 3 as our A, we could assume this 4 as our B, and we could assume this 5 as our C, okay? So you can assume any of the sides A, B, and C. Now what most students do when they see this type of triangle is they need to find the area, and they know the formula is square root, and then S bracket S minus A bracket close S minus B bracket close S minus C. And then when they do the next step, right, they encounter a problem. And that problem is they don't know the value of this S, right? They don't know the value of S. They just know the value of A, B, and C. So whenever you see this type of triangle, okay, you can't just find the area directly, okay? First, you need to know the value of S. So your first step should be finding the value of S, which is A plus B plus C divided by 2, right? It's the semi-perimeter. And we know that the value of A, B, and C are 3 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 2, which is going to be equal to, so 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12 divided by 2. So it's going to be 6. Okay. So the first step in finding the area of these type of triangles is find the value of S first. Then use the formula of area, right? And then we can put the value of S now, which is our 6. So it's going to be 6 bracket 6 minus our A is 3. And again, 6 minus our B is 4. And again, 6 minus our C is 5. And now we just solve this and we find our area, right? So 6 times 6 minus 3 is 3, times 6 minus 4 is 2, times 6 minus 5 is 1. And this is going to be equal to, so 6 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 36, right? And the square root of 36 is 6 centimeter square. So in this way, we can use the Heron's formula to find the area of a triangle, even when the height is not given in the question. So the most common mistake is they try to find the area first, okay, without knowing the value of S. So if you do that, you can't solve this, right? You can't find the value of area. So the first thing that you need to do to use the Heron's formula is find the value of S, and then use the formula of area and put in those values and find the area. So that's our third formula. Now we are going to look at an isosceles triangle, okay? So how do we find the area of an isosceles triangle, okay? So in case of isosceles triangle, again, we have a separate formula to find the area, okay? So if we consider these two equal sides of isosceles triangle as A, and let's say this unequal side of this isosceles triangle is B, then the formula to find the area of this isosceles triangle is B divided by 4 square root 4A square minus B square. So here the most important thing is this B is our unequal side, okay? And this A is our equal side, okay? You need to be very, very cautious about this one thing, okay? This B is our unequal side and this A is our equal side. And if you know that much, we can easily find the area of any isosceles triangle, okay? So let's look at an example. So let's say we have an isosceles triangle, which looks something like this. Let's say the equal sides of our triangle is 5, and let's say this unequal side is 6. Then we are representing our equal sides with our A, right? So you have to remember this. And our unequal side is our B. Now remember that, again, we have 3 sides of our triangle, and we can still use the Heron's formula, right? The square root formula to find the area of this triangle. But it's a pretty long formula, okay? So we can easily find the area of this isosceles triangle by using this short formula. So let's see. So we have our area as our B is the 6, right? Unequal side. So 6 divided by 4 square root 4 times our A square is going to be 5 square, which is going to be 25, right? Minus our B square is going to be 6 square, which is 36, is equal to, again, we have our 6 by 4 square root 4 times 25 is 100 minus 36 square root equals to 6 by 4 square root 100 minus 36 is square root 64, right? 100 minus 36 is 64. Square root of 64 is 8. So I'm just directly writing this, okay? So 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, and 6 times 2 is going to be 12 centimeter square. So in this way, we can find the area of an isosceles triangle by using this formula in pretty short way, okay? If we use the Heron's formula, then first we will need to find the semi-perimeter and again put the value of the semi-perimeter in that pretty long formula, right? S minus A, and it's going to be very time consuming and very long. So in case of isosceles triangle, instead of using Heron's formula, we use this formula, okay? Now, if you don't want to remember this formula, then you can use the Heron's formula, or if you forget this formula in your exam, then you can use the Heron's formula to find the area of this triangle, and you would still be correct, okay? So this is our formula for finding the area of an isosceles triangle. Now, let's look at an equilateral triangle. So let's say we have an equilateral triangle, right? in which all three sides are equal, obviously. And let's denote these sides by A, okay? So if this side is A, all three sides are A. So we have our equilateral triangle. In that case, the area to find the area of this triangle is square root 3 divided by 4A square, okay? That's pretty short. Again, we can use the Heron's formula because all three sides are A and we know all three sides. But again, this formula is very, very short, right? We can easily find the area of equilateral triangle by using this formula. So again, let's look at an example. So let's say again, we have our equilateral triangle. Let's say the length of these three sides of our triangle is 6 centimeter, okay? Then we can easily find the area by using our formula, root 3 by 4a square. Here our a is 6, right? So we can just write that as a 6 square, which is going to be equal to root 3 divided by 4. 6 square is 36. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 9 is 36. And we have our area as 9 root 3 centimeter square. And done. So in this way, we can easily find the area of the equilateral triangle. So again, if you use the Heron's formula, it's going to be pretty long, okay? So it's just better to use this formula whenever there is an equilateral triangle. Now, our last formula to find the area of triangle is related to trigonometry, okay? So usually people find this formula the most difficult one, but it's not that difficult. It's a little difficult, but not that much. So if you have a triangle like this, right, ABC, and if let's say one of the angle of this triangle is given, let's say this angle B is given in the question, and the two sides which make up this angle is also given. In this case, it's going to be this AB and BC, right? So this angle B is given, and the sides that make up that angle, which is our AB and BC, are given. Then we can find the area of the triangle by using the formula 1 by 2, this side AB, right, times AB, times this side BC, times sine of this angle B, okay? So sine of this angle B. So if two sides of the triangle are given and one angle which is made up by these two sides are also given, then we use this formula, okay? 1 by 2 AB times BC times sine B. Now we can also write this formula in short form, okay? So the side opposite to this vertex A is usually represented by this small a letter. The side opposite to this vertex B is represented by this small letter B. And the side opposite to this vertex C is represented by this small c letter, okay? So let's say this C is our small c. Then we could also write this formula as 1 by 2. Our AB is going to be a C, right? So C. And our BC is going to be A, right? So this BC is A. And then we have sine of B, okay? So it's 1 by 2 times C times A times sine B, okay? So that's our formula. So it's not necessary that this angle B must be given, okay? It could be this angle C as well, right? The question could give you this angle C and these two sides which make up that angle C. In that case, our formula is going to be 1 by 2 times A times B times sine of C, okay? So similarly, we can make another formula as 1 by 2. Instead of CA and AB, we could write BC, and then the sign is going to be A, okay? So if it's B and C, the angle they make up is this A, okay? So these three formulas can be used to find the area of triangle when one of the angle is given and the two sides which make up that angle is also given in the question. Okay, so let's look at an example for this one as well. Let's say we have a triangle like this. And again, let's name this triangle E, B, and C. Let's say this angle is given in the question, okay? Let's say this angle is 30 degrees. And this side is also given in the question. Let's say this is 6 centimeter. And let's say this side is 8 centimeter, okay? And we need to find the area of this triangle. Then we know that this side, right? This side is our C. It's opposite to this vertex C. This side is our A. And obviously this angle is our angle B. So our formula is going to be area equals to 1 by 2 times A times C times sine of B, which is going to be equal to 1 by 2 times our A is 8 times our C is 6 times we have sine our B is 30 degrees, right? So this is going to be equal to, we can cut this 2 times 1, 2 times 4 is 8 and 4 times 6 is 24 times the value of sine 30 degree is 1 by 2, right? You can find this in your calculator, or there is actually a separate table, right? When you learn trigonometry, you need to learn these values of sine 30, 45, 60 and so on. So the value of sine 30 is 1 by 2. You can either learn it from the table or you can also find this in your calculator. And then we can now cut this 2 times 1 and 2 times 12 is 24, right? And we have the area of our triangle as 12 centimeter square. And in this way, we can use this formula of trigonometry as well to find the area of triangle when one of the angle is given and the two sides that make up that angle is also given in the question. So these are the different formulas that you can use to find the area of triangle. So what do you think? Are they easy or are they difficult? Let us know in the comments. So if you find this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for future maths videos. Thank you.